Hi everyone, welcome to PowerShell for Penetration Testers at Pentester Academy. In this video, let's have a quick look at few information gathering scripts available in PowerShell. We will use these three scripts, rather four, because Aggress testing needs two scripts. So we will see these scripts which are useful for gathering information from a single computer or user. You have already seen get information. We used it in many demonstrations earlier. So if you see its source, get information does nothing but queries some registry values, run even the net command and reads get hosts file. You can always add much more things to this script if you want more out of it. Let's see get information again quickly. As you can see, it returns a lot of information. Which you can always go through later on. For example, drivers of network drivers, user accounts, user groups, password policy, installed applications, etc. There are similar scripts in PowerSploit and PowerView and PostSec mode as well. So explore them, see if which one of those suits your need and use it. The second one I would like you to see is keylogger. So keylogger is the only script in Nishang which does not load a function. And it needs a check URL and a magic string. These two are required to stop the keylogger remotely if you want. So the keylogger periodically checks the content of this URL, and if it matches this magic string, it stops. First of all, let's run this keylogger without any exfiltration. So a background job has been started. Now whatever we type on this desktop, on whatever window, let's write this is very secret, and let's see, do we have anything here? So the keylogger logs keys into a key.log file in the user temp directory. Let's save it to encoded.txt. Now we can use another script from Nishang called parse keys to parse the keys encoded by our keylogger. Raw keys are encoded keys and logged keys, let's call it logged.txt in the current directory. And now if we see log.txt, it says this is very secret and it logged backspace as well. So if you want parse keys not to parse things like this, you need to remove the ASCII keys from its parser, which is quite easy. In a future version of parse keys, this would be available as an option. Or you can, since now you can write PowerShell scripts, you can enhance it yourself and submit it as a pull request to Nishank's GitHub repository. So this was a basic usage of the keylogger. Since we are running it again, let's stop the previous jobs. There is another keylogger in PowerSploit as well, which basically uses the same class as Nishank's keylogger. Keyloggers in PowerShell are not really good till now if you compare it to the other scripts available across toolkits. So anyway, let's see whatever is available. Let's try to accelerate keys to a web server which has the URL. It is on my local lab. So now there would be here only one job was started by this script. Now there would be two jobs. One would log keys and another one will post the logged keys in an encoded format to this URL. Now if I run this, there are two jobs. Let me write it again. Another secret, which is new. And this is our catcher web server. As you can see, if you see the contents of catch.php, it is nothing but, and it is dangerous, so write something better for yourself. It just writes the every post request to the test.txt. If I cat it, so reading test.txt provides us this. Let's just copy this. Now we must use invoke decode from the utility directory to decode this encoded string. And since we are not providing a path name, let's use the parameter is string. Now if I open get decoded.txt, you can see that this is a list of logged keys. Now we can use the parse key method and now if we see get logged.txt, so this was the old one because it was not removed yet. The keylogger in Nishank removes the older keys only after it has been read, I think 60 times. It is removed after it has been read 30 times. And so this was the previous one. This was another one, and as you can see, lot of things have been logged here. This is the latest one. Note that there is a delay of 40 milliseconds before every key is logged. So if you type really fast, it may be unable to log couple of keys in that case. So this is the way we can use a keylogger in PowerShell. There are some peculiarities with this keylogger. It runs in the current user desktop, so it could not be executed, for example, with a PowerShell remoting session. Even if you execute it, it would be unable to log keys. So this is the status quo unless we find out a better way to execute it or a better way to log keys. Now the last thing in this video I would like you to have a look at is egress testing, that is looking for outbound open ports on a victim machine. So let's run it on the local machine for an easy demo. Let's run fire listener here. Assume this as one of our servers running somewhere on the internet, and port range, let's pass 440 to 450 and with verbosity on. Now on another, so this tag we can assume our victim, or we could always run it on one of our machines in the lab. If we now run fire buster on this victim with the target IP, in this case it would be the same, and port range, as you can see that here the listener shows that these ports are open on the victim machine. These could be really so because there is an independent job running for each port. Porting it to multi-threading is on my to-do list. So this is what is available right now. So that is all for this video. Hope you enjoyed gathering some information for the local machine. If you are enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, please recommend us to your friends and colleagues in the information security community.